Today I'm going to be talking about the Western and Eastern Conference play-in tournament, which is going to be insane. I feel like the race for the play-in and stuff like that. So previously I made a video on like the whole NBA standings part and stuff, best races. This is going to be a little similar, but more talking about the play-in instead of the playoffs. So let's get into it. First, we got the Western Conference. The play-in tournament race is now with like basically the Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, Suns, Kings, Lakers, Warriors. Let's talk about the Clippers first. They need to like go on a really bad losing streak to probably make the play-in. So they're the most unlikely to get into the play-in, and then the Pelicans are pretty unlikely as well. Now they're kind of close actually to the play-in, to be honest. Maybe 1.5 games behind. So the Pelicans might get into the play-in because Brandon Ingram's injury also affects them, but I feel like they won't. Then we got the Mavericks, who are really close to the play-in. Mavericks, Suns, and Kings have been interchanging many times, and they might go to the play-in too. Now the Lakers, I don't feel like they might get out of the play-in, but that's only if like they get a string of wins like they did. And yeah, the Warriors and the Rockets are the last teams. The Rockets might get into the play-in for the Warriors. Now let's talk about the matchups. I feel like would be interesting. Suns and Mavericks would be a really interesting matchup for the play-in because of the rivalry Devin Booker and Luka Doncic has faced in the playoffs. You know, they lost in 7, and as well as the Lakers Warriors. That would be really crazy. Warriors and Lakers fighting to make the play-in second round would be crazy. Two legends, Steph Curry, LeBron James, going at it again. All of the games they played were really good. So yeah. Then another interesting matchup would be Kings versus Lakers. Sabonis, have not lost to Anthony Davis at all yet. So that would be interesting. Suns Warriors would be interesting as well. But the playing would be crazy. All 4 of the playing spots will be teams that are really good. At least have one all-star, basically, because Rockets do have like Jalen Green. Don't think Şengün is coming back. And Suns have KD. Kings have Fox and Sabonis. Lakers have AD, LeBron. Warriors have Steph. Mavericks have Luka and Kyrie. And Pelicans have Zion. Clippers have, PG, Kawhi, James, Harden, stuff like that. Talk about the Eastern Conference one though. Now this is a little bit less interesting, but still pretty interesting. Now the 9 and 10 spots are basically locked. The Bulls will versus the Hawks. Just don't know if the Bulls or the Hawks will be 9 or 10, but that is definitely gonna happen. Bulls versus Hawks play in. Unless the Hawks somehow go on a crazy losing streak and the Nets go on a crazy winning streak, or the Bulls like somehow go to the AC, which is not like really probable. So 9 and 10 are probably the Hawks and the Bulls. But then that'll be an interesting game too. Trae Young versus, if he gets back, I believe he'll probably come back before the season ends. Trae Young versus DeMar DeRozan, that'll be really interesting. And then we have the other matchups, which is the play-in for the Pacers, Heat, and 76ers. Those 3 teams have been like interchanging, just like the 6 to 8 for the West. The East also has been pretty rowdy. The Magic are a little bit close, but I feel like they're gonna make the top 6. So it's Pacers, Heat, and Sixers. Now Heat and Sixers will be a really interesting matchup because the Sixers, they're not this bad as the record shows, because with Embiid, they're 26 and 8. Without them, they're like 13 and 26 or something like that. So with Embiid, they will be really good. Embiid is going to be back before the play-in. He's been practicing, so that would be a good thing for the Sixers. But then the Heat have beaten the Sixers before, have kind of a rivalry. Jimmy Butler used to play for the Sixers, and they let him go, stuff like that. And Pacers, that'll be interesting because they are going to have a chance to get into the playoffs for the first time in a long time. But their style of offense is really good. You know, one of the fastest offenses and one of the most electric offenses in the league. So that'll be interesting and to see in the play-in tournament or the playoffs. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching, and we're out.